With a 3-1 lead, Australia have already secured their first series win in England since 2001. Hello and welcome to our coverage of the 5th Specsavers Ashes Test match. My name is Dean and I will be your host for today's event here from the Kia Oval. Let's head down to the middle for the pre-game presentations. Now, once again, our lineups might be a little bit off from the real world. I had to record this a couple days before they announced the teams to make sure it was ready on time. So we don't have any Sam Curran action for England. Apologies to any England fans who would have wanted him in the side. And for Australia, Mitchell Marsh is actually out of my team, even though he might be playing on the weekend. So, or on tomorrow or today or whenever it is. So, there's sort of our changes for the two 11s. And let's head down to the middle for the toss of the coin. Australia have the call. And what have they called? They've called tails. Australia have won the toss. Tim Payne will choose to bat. So Australia will come out here and bat. We've already had a delay here on day one. It's been a bit of rain this morning. So we won't be starting play until about 12:30 odd or something like that. Lunch will be delayed and we'll take that a little bit later on. But the play has been delayed, so we are missing some overs. We'll probably get a maximum of about 70 overs in today. But really big opportunities for both teams to really get on the board. As per the start of every test match, we'll have a look at the leading stats. Getters for both sides. Leading wicket takers, Nathan Lyon has 25, Cummins 17, Stuart Broad 15, Archer and Leach up there with 13 and 12. And the run scorers, it's been the same story for quite a while. It's been Josh Buttler at the start, averaging 61 in this series. Joe Root, 321 runs. So England with the top two run scorers, then Steve Smith, 292, Jason Roy, 285. Travis Head there, number 5 for Australia. But let's get today's play underway. It's Woakes with the new ball. And that might even be a wide to start. Now Warner off the mark. It's away on the onside for a couple of runs. Pretty good this series, David Warner. Australia's third leading run scorer. Even Chris Woakes, he's done alright with the ball. And even with the bat, to be fair, he's done alright. But he's taken 10 wickets this series. Best figures of 3 for 79. He'll be hoping to improve that today, given the chance with the new ball. Stuart Broad will take the second over, who is England's leading wicket taker. Works to continue in his second over here. That might have caught a bit of bat. Is this out? It is. Warner goes for 6. Woakes gets the first wicket for England. And the big wicket of David Warner it is. Australia lose one early. Joe Root takes the catch. Just sort of top-edged it onto his body. But they'll be pretty happy with that, England. It's just floating in the air. Pretty simple catch in the end. But he had to make up a lot of ground to get there. So well done to Joe Root. He takes the catch. Warner goes for 6. Australia 1 for 9. Marnus Labuschagne to the crease. I reckon I've pronounced it different every single video. Let's see how we go today. They cross, so Harris will be on strike. He's nicked it. And he's been caught behind. That's 2 in 2 balls for Chris Woakes. He's on a hat-trick now. No review there. Just a really silly shot there from Marcus Harris trying to cut away. And ends up edging it. Caught behind to Johnny Bairstow. Australia lose both their openers. A couple of deliveries. Marcus Harris goes there 2 for 9. Brings Steve Smith, Australia's leading run scorer, to the crease. He's averaging 58 in this series, Steve Smith. Chris Wokes on a hat-trick for the best batsman in the Australian side. And he's got him again! There's the hat-trick! An outside edge from Steve Smith, just nipping away. Beautiful bowling from Wokes. Oh, it's just amazing start for England here. Bit of a delay with the rain, the ball skidding. But maybe just a little bit too pace. Steve Smith goes. First ball. Australia 3 for 9. It's some really difficult times. Travis Head and Labuschagne at the crease. Need to get Australia out of this hole that they're in. Thanks to the bowling of Chris Wokes. 3 wickets in 3 balls. Our first hat-trick, or our only hat-trick so far for the series. Now Travis Head's going to have to play a big part today. He's made 281 runs for the series. Does have 100.5 century to his name, so he has been quite consistent for Australia. Even Marnus Labuschagne needs to get himself into the game as well. He's played 2 tests so far and only made 49 runs, so hasn't been a big performer with the bat. But if there's a chance for him to stamp his authority, today is it. Today is it. That's a quality shot to the boundary for 4. So Australia, the minor recovery at this point. This partnership almost worth 20 now. They're worth 3 for 9. It is worth 20. They were 3 for 9 at one point after a Chris Wokes hat-trick. And these two starting to build a little bit of a partnership here. Outside edge, gone. Head's going to go. Australia 4 for 33. The bowling change in Stokes gets it done. Trying to work it away to the leg side. Gets a leading edge. Catch taken by Josh Butler there in about 4th slip. Australia lose another one early. They're 4 for 33. And Matthew Wade, who's been recalled for this test match, right back into the middle, in the thick of the action. Ooh. A bit of a lucky start there. So the bowling change works again for England. Ben Stokes has done quite well throughout this series. That was wicket number 12 for him. And he's had a 3 for a couple of times. Here really when England were desperate for wickets, he delivered for them. And that is going to be lunch. The first day's play. As we said, lunch was delayed after a rainy start. Only 12 overs in that opening session, but Australia 4 for 43. Chris Wokes with a hat-trick to dismiss the Australian openers, and Steve Smith first ball. Not often you see that. Australia 4 for 43 at lunch on the first day. Gee, no running there, please. Just Australia in a bit of strife. England all over them this morning. It's been a different English side we've seen. They've come out, they've bowled well. And they've really attacked this morning on the first day's play. Not often we've seen England sort of ahead of the game in the opening morning. They've sort of just lacked intensity to start things off. And today they've done well. 50 up for Australia. 4 down as well. So they're in a bit of trouble. Labuschagne and Wade going to just try and keep going here. Labuschagne's been at the crease for 43 deliveries. So he's taking his time, really trying to get himself in. Wade's been there for 14 balls now. This might be close. Big shout. Not out, says the umpire. Might have been a bit of bat involved. English captain deliberating with his bowler, and they're going to go upstairs here. So we'll have a look at this review from England. Stuart Broad, that's a fair delivery. Move on to the front on Snicko it looks like there's a little bit of an edge there. Just on first sort of glance, does seem like there might have been a bit of bat involved. From that point of view, we'll check the hot spot. Nothing conclusive there. So, not sure what we're going to be doing with this decision. We might be heading to ball tracking, just in case. But it did look like there was some bat involved there. Pitching outside off. Impact has been given it as in line, and the wicket's hitting. Gee, I'm very surprised it's not umpire's call to be perfectly fair. Looks like only about 20% of the stumps are being hit, but this is going to be overturned. And Labuschagn's going to have to go. So Australia lose their 5th wicket in a controversial review. Looked like there was some bat involved there. Even on the snicker, it looked like there was something there. And just maybe even some glove. Just a disappointing sort of decision. Australia 5 for 55. Wade and skipper Tim Payne at the crease. Australia have slumped to their lowest sort of this first 5 wicket score. A little bit of a collapse this morning. They were 3 for 9 at one stage. Now 5 for 59, scampering to make a bit of a score. And Wade has looked to sort of increase his scoring rate in a bid to maybe get some more runs. They're taking all these leg byes, getting everything they can. At the moment, Australia. Tim Payne, that's an outside, inside edge. Through to the keeper, he's going to go. So another wicket down. All momentum with England this morning. Stuart Broad gets his second. Tim Payne going to go. Just gets the ball in between bat and pad. And Bairstow, a pretty simple catch for him in the end. Australia lose another wicket. It's Tim Payne gone for 1. They're 6 for 65. Brings superstar Pat Cummins to the crease. It's actually averaged 34 in this series, Pat Cummins. Very difficult to get out. Obviously a few not outs in there, but I don't know what his high score is. Is this out from Wade? He's gone to pull it away. There was a few noises there. The finger is going up. Ben Stokes getting another wicket. Australia in dire straits. Wade's going to review this one here though. Doesn't feel like he hit the ball. Thought it might have been forearm rather than bat. Have a look here at the review. We've seen one controversial review so far. We get another one here. It looks like there's definitely a noise on the snicko. And there's certainly a line on the bat there. So this is going to remain out. It's a bit disappointing that they didn't pick that one up earlier. So Wade goes. Stark to the crease. Australia down to their bowlers. 7 for 65. After just 17.3 overs. This has been a collapse of epic proportions. The Barmy Army up and about. It's up to Australia's bowlers to post a semi-respectable first innings score for them. So 70 up for all Australia. Mitchell Stark, we know he can bat. Pat Cummins, we know he can bat too. Even Mitchell Stark, he's averaged 29 in this series. So if these guys get their average of 29 and 34, that's what, 60 runs each. That's a quality shot from Stark. That's 6. These two will be looking for every little run they can get. And Mitchell Stark says he's going to make the most of his time at the crease. I think he made, what did he make? A half century in the last innings as well. In the 4th test. So he'll be in a bit of form with the bat. Oof. Reverse sweep. Doesn't get through. Jack Leach. Only coming on for his first over of bowling. That's some glove from Stark. That's a catch from Burns. That's a wicket for Leach. Stark will go. Gone for 23. Australia 8 for 93. So these two did put on a little bit of a partnership. Australia was 6 for 70 odd. Now 8 down for 93. Cummins and Lyon at the middle. Stuart Broad steaming in. It's a no ball, so they'll be happy with an extra run there, Australia. They'll look for 2. Run out opportunity, Lyon dives. Get back for 2. 8 for 99, Australia. What an eventful morning this has been. Pick up a single, saved a boundary there. The gully fielder, 100 up for Australia. 8 wickets down. And we've really seen the run rate increase, mostly off the back of the tail enders, just trying to get some runs with their time at the wicket. That's an outside edge from Cummins. He's going to go as well. Australia 9 for 100. It's been one of those mornings for them. The series wrapped up and England have come out here fighting at a time when really they should have done it a bit earlier. But they've got another wicket. Pat Cummins goes for 7. Josh Hazlewood making his way to the middle. Hasn't done much this series with the bat, Josh Hazlewood. Yeah, just the 66 runs across the 4 innings. That's not too bad, actually. Averaging 13.2. Pick up a single here, get himself off the mark. What can these two eke out for Australia? Oh, there's overthrows. This will go all the way to the boundary for 4. Pretty sure that should have been 5, not 4 as well. Just giving the 4. Leading edge for 1. Australia 9 for 111 now. That's a quality shot through point from Lyon to the boundary. Australia on 116 now with that single. After 25 overs. Reverse sweep. Umpire gives it the finger. Gee, I didn't think there was any bat involved there. So Australia all out. 117 anyway. 25.2 overs. And gee, what a morning it's been. England, they won't have too much time to bat. I think there has been another delay in the innings break. So we won't be getting a full day's worth of play. Mitchell Starc with the new ball for Australia, who just managed to eke out 117 runs in their first innings score. It's their lowest score of the series so far. That could bounce onto the stumps. Rory Burns goes straight away. Took him 3 balls at the crease. He sort of gloved it almost straight in the air and it just rolls onto the bails. Burns goes for a duck. England 1 for none. That's the perfect start the Aussies would have been after. And it brings Joe Root to the crease. So Mitchell Starc with the new ball. We know he didn't get it in the last test match. His first change there. Starc to Root. Jeez, he's really firing it in at the moment. Yep. Outside edge. Could this be taken? Oh, it goes past Steve Smith. And it's a dropped opportunity. England could have been 2 down without a run. So a big missed chance there for Australia. Denley, of course, opening, batting with Burns. Roy batting at 4 in this test match. He works this one away, the boundary. And already England 1 for 34, 1 for 35 with this boundary. Australia, I think we're already 4 or 5 down at this point. They were in a real spot of bother, though. This has been a very good innings. I think Joe Denley's already got the top score of the day with 25. Yes, yes. Outside edge. Again, just getting it past that fielder at gully. So, a couple of missed opportunities for Australia early on. And England at the tea break, only 13 overs here. So we've only had 38 overs of play. Yep. England 1 for 45. And that's another outside edge from Root to the boundary. So there's been some chances. Australia would have missed. 50 up for England, just 1 wicket down. Yep. They've looked the goods so far this morning. Joe Denley and Joe Root. It's a duo of Joe. Outside edge going over the top of Tim Payne. Cummins creating the opportunity, and again. And it's back-to-back boundaries. Well, not back-to-back. One was off the bat of Root, one off the bat of Denley. Nathan Lyon with the attack for Australia. 21 overs gone. England 1 for 80. So they're in a good spot. Already looking very good. Another outside edge. It flies over the top of the slips. Australia's edges were very sort of faint. They just went straight to the keeper. England's edges, they've not gone very far. Lyon might have got an inside edge here. There's a man at sort of a silly point. No, he's not. Short leg, and he's taken the catch. Labuschagne it is. So a big wicket for Nathan Lyon. And a big wicket for Australia. Trying to drive that through mid-wicket. That's an inside edge onto the pad. It's going to be Denley going just after he makes his half century of 53. England 2 for 92. That's a 26th wicket for Nathan Lyon. He took 7 for in the first innings. Gets a lot of wickets in the first innings, as we've sort of spoken about. A lot less pressure on a spinner in the opening innings to get wickets. He sort of thrives there, 100 up for England. With Root and Roy at the crease. Only trailing by a further 9 runs. And this one worked through the gap. Should be a couple more. Might even go to the rope. That's been saved. We'll come back for 3. Jason Roy's looked okay since starting as well. Scores level. Big shout. Not out, says the umpire. So Australia chose not to review this decision. It was impacting outside the off stump, but going on to hit the wickets. And with that single from Joe Root, England take the lead in this test match. They lead, and they get to Australia's total just 2 down. Australia made, what, 117? I think England made 118 twice in this series. They'd be pretty happy with their performance here. That's a wicket. Clean bowled. Joe Root. Mitchell Starc gets wicket number 3 for Australia. Going around the wicket, swinging it in and just cannoning into the off stump. Root trying to open up the offside. And the ball was really cramping him up with the way it swung in. He's going to go for 35. England 3 for 122. As we close in towards the end of the day's play, there might only be an over or 2 remaining. Nathan Lyon going to bowl as we finish up sort of this opening day. There has not been too many overs bowled. The Australian innings was only about 25 overs, and England only been at the crease for 34 overs so far. I think we've got time for maybe 2 more overs before the day's done. So rain has reduced the day. Australia giving Labuschagne a crack with the ball. Jason Roy pretty happy with that. He's able to tuck it away. The boundary for 4. And I think we're down to the last over of the day's play. England 3 for 139. Ben Stokes at the crease, 6 from 14. Starc coming in. Outside edge and taken. So Australia get a breakthrough in the last over of the day's play. Mitchell Starc, the man to do it. He's got 3 already this morning. And it's the wicket of Ben Stokes. He's looked pretty good so far in this series. But Mitchell Starc for Australia trying to salvage as much as he can from this innings so far. Ben Stokes going to go for 6. England 4 down for 139. We've got 3 or 4 balls left in the day's play. Johnny Bairstow going to come out. No night watchman for him. He's going to face the music of Mitchell Starc. Dot ball for him to start. So, oh no, there's another over left. Didn't even realise Josh Hazlewood to bowl the last over. Now we've got 2 balls left. There's a sneaky chance. Oh no, it's not even the last over. Oh my god, I'm going to just stop now. Oh, that's a chance! Oh, gee, it was almost back through the gate of Jason Roy. swinging on to bat and pad. He's got a couple of chances here, Mitchell Stark. Are we down to the final over of the day? We might just be. That's a boundary for Jason Roy. And it's gone to the boundary for 4. I think that is going to be the last over of the day. We've got a couple balls left. To mid on there for no run. Last ball of the day from Hazelwood. And he's just got it there. So England in the day, 40 runs ahead. A lead of 4 down for 167. They're in a pretty good spot. They'll be pretty happy with where they are. And Australia, lots of work to do on day 2. Leave a big thumbs up if you enjoyed today's video. And I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.